Hey y'all, it's Rhondaja Denine. I'm on 716 Live. Tonight we have a very special guest, multi-talented, creative. You can't put a label on her. She's more than just a rapper, definitely an artist, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
What's up, y'all? It's Moody.
All right, can you tell us what's the background behind your stage name?
Um, I had a few different stage names. I started off with Too Easy. That was like some years ago. I ended up changing my name to like Rap Queen. That was just like my Facebook name. And when I was like dropping music, I couldn't really think of like an artist name.
Yeah.
So like once I made it my Facebook name, people just started calling me that. Like anywhere I would go, they just started calling me Rap Queen. So I just went with it. But I wanted more like of a name that I could brand
Yeah.
that still like fit me. So I just went with Moody.
So no more Rap Queen, just Moody?
Nah, some people still call me that. I just respect it like off the strength of them like sticking with me at that point in my like my rapping. So it's like I still let people call me that, but Moody, yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been into music? What got you into music?
I've been rapping for a minute since I was younger. It's just like I had a friend that was doing music, and then I just got into doing music, and a lot of people around me do music, so it's just like something I just caught on to.
And do you write as well, or?
Yeah, all I do is write.
Yeah.
I have fake freestyle, but I'm not that good at freestyling, so I just stick to like writing for real.
All right. It's 4 songs I've been doing my homework on about you that I really, really like, and I just want you to describe them if you can. So the first one is Emotions. What was the background? I really like
Emotions,
that one.
that's a song that I did freestyle. Like a few people around me like be freestyling for real. They make music like that, so they'd tell me like, yo, it come off easier. You can make like songs quicker like that. But I really like to put more thought into it, so I'd rather write. But when I ended up getting like a studio in my house, I really just freestyled it and was just like punching in. I like the beat, and then I was just expressing how I feel for real. For real.
Yeah, I really like that one, definitely. Okay, what about Toxic?
Toxic. That's about a person I was dealing with.
Okay.
Me and her was like together for like almost 6 years, probably a little longer, and we was just like on and off a lot. So I just like on some random type of stuff. That's old news though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Would you consider yourself toxic?
A little bit. Not too much though. Like most people would say that I am real toxic, but I feel like they just don't understand me. So,
What about Pain Pills?
pain pills. Oh, that was like about my dad. Like I ain't never do like no pain pill. I ain't never do nothing like that. But my dad, like he had like a real bad pill addiction. So like it was really like more about him.
Definitely. All right, and I believe the last one I want to ask you about is Public Figure. Where did you get the inspiration behind that one?
Hold up, you talking about the actual mixtape?
Yeah,
or
the
you-
song. Well, yeah, I think it's like it was a song on your Instagram, and I clicked it. Once you click Public Figure, it
Oh
bring up
yeah,
the
that was
song.
more like so the name of my whole mixtape was just like Public Figure. I got that from cause I got a clothing brand. I ain't really drop it. I ain't do too much with it yet, but the clothing brand was like Public Figure. But like I don't know, basically like just being a public figure in people's eyes and just the way you carry yourself, the way people idolize you, and like anybody could be a public figure for real. But I don't know. I like the name.
Yeah. Do you feel like you are the voice for the people, for the young people, for up and coming artists?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that because I feel like I got a lot to talk about, whether it's like life situations. I feel like I talk about a lot that people can relate to, but I stick more on like real life. I like turn up every now and then, but that ain't really my type of style. So yeah.
Are you into performing live, or is that your thing? Like, can you go into?
Not really, not at this moment. I feel like if I did have to perform, I would want it to be more for like a bigger crowd, like more like me getting something out of it. But for the most part, all the times I did perform, it was fun. It was like experience. It was something to learn from and just like keep growing as an artist. But for now, like from talking to like solo and stuff, I feel like if I did perform, I want it to be like something bigger.
Perfect. And speaking of solo, could we just jump right into it? Let's talk about your big signing day and how that was for you.
Oh yeah, that was lit. Yeah, I was waiting on that honestly. Like me and him like was talking like a minute ago, and he was telling my fault. I'm a little sick.
Take your
So he was telling me like he was watching or whatever. I ain't really know how soon he was going to do it. I kind of ain't believe him either, but he did end up like hitting me up and contacting me, and we did sign. So we got like a lot of stuff coming up right now. But nah, yeah, I liked it.
You-
Yeah.
Was it life changing? Has your life changed? Can you tell a difference from when you were signed and when you were not signed?
I wouldn't say too much life changing right now. I feel like eventually it will get to that point, but I've been doing like a lot more than what I'm used to, like interviews. I'm not really used to doing interviews, but like doing more interviews, being in an actual real studio more than like often. Well, a journalist or something had hit us up to like do a little interview with us and put us like in the magazine, photo shoots, like stuff like that. Yeah, like just doing more as an actual artist, I could say like change.
Well, you definitely a star, so you better get ready for more interviews because
Nah,
they not gonna
facts.
stop. They definitely not gonna
Facts.
stop. I listen to your music, and I definitely it's a lot of rappers that call themselves rappers in Buffalo, but they not really rappers. But
Sure.
you
I
got
appreciate
it,
that.
definitely. So where do you get your inspiration from your music?
I feel like besides like industry artists, I feel like just the way I grew up, like just wanting everything to be like different with me and all the people around me, just wanting better for all of us. I feel like that's what inspired me the most. Maybe like the lifestyle, the way I grew up, that type of stuff.
I know 716 kids, we go through the most, we gotta struggle the most, and we gotta. So can you talk about that? How you overcame your struggle, things like that?
Really, I don't know. Just like keep pushing for real, just like not quitting, not giving up. Like you get them times where you get like you lose that motivation and all of that, but it's like just to keep like just bouncing back from it. Basically, like you gonna have them obstacles that get in your way. Everything it's all about like just making it through all of that for real. Like it's way more to life than just be depressed all the time or like all types of stuff.
Yeah. And speaking of depression, things like that, I know mental health is a big thing in the 716. So can you speak about that as well? Can you touch on that? Like, do you kind of relate mental health with your music? Things like,
I'd say like as far as depression, yeah, but like more mental health. Like I got a brother that's like mentally ill. He like schizophrenic and bipolar.
Yeah.
So it's like I do think more people need to be more aware of that. Cause like besides his drug addiction, a lot of people just treat him like he anything because you feel me. They feel like he lower than everybody else, but you never really know what like people going through or what's really going on in their life. So I feel like it should be brought to awareness a little bit more. And even with like people that just look like me, some people, unless you hear my music, some people might not think like I get depressed or like I go through stuff, but everybody do, even the richest people do. So I feel like that should be something that should be touched on more, like especially with like guys too, because some guys want to like play this little tough role and certain stuff, and a lot of people just don't talk about it. It'd be a lot of suicide, like stuff like that. So I feel like that should be something that should be talked about more.
Yeah, I think we just taught as the Black community to just deal with it. We're not allowed to be sad, depressed. We're not allowed to. If it is, it's a problem.
Nah, right. I feel like that's where we go wrong though, like holding it in. Like even myself, like, and even a lot of people around me that just go through the same stuff as I do. I feel like it's better to let it out, even if you feel like you're not comfortable talking to somebody that's close to you. It's like, get a therapist, like get some type of help. And like, even my dad tell me that, but it's like, you can't force nobody if they not ready. But it's like, still make sure like that's something that you keep in mind because you don't want it to lead to suicide and stuff like that. So.
Well, it's good that you got an outlet with your music and things like that, so that's definitely good. Do you plan on touring or anything? Can you speak about that?
Definitely. We're supposed to be we is going to Georgia at the end of this month to do like a few shows. A few of our people going to come with us, but yeah, we got like a lot of shows and stuff lined up that we can't really like speak too much on for right now, but yeah, we got a lot coming up. I can't wait to start touring for
That's good.
Get up out of Buffalo.
Yes. Do you plan on leaving Buffalo soon, like for good?
Yeah. I ain't gonna say like I don't like Buffalo, but I feel like it's way bigger than Buffalo. So I definitely do want to leave, but this is gonna always be a place I come back to, give back to. So yeah, I definitely want to explore more, see more of the world.
I definitely love that. I love your spirit.
Thank you.
Definitely. Okay, so let's talk about now that you are signed, your music. Are you able to stay with the music that you want to write, or like how is that? Like, do you have to do music that they want you to do?
No, we still can pretty much be ourselves. We just can't drop when we want to like we used to, because like now we got to be more planned out to like do it the right way. and stuff like that. But nah, he still let us like stick to ourselves and like who we are. Like of course he'd be like, yeah, I might go somewhere, yeah, I might need a club banger or like stuff like that. But it's like that stuff that I kind of been doing. I just haven't been doing it as much as I know I could. But it's like, dang, it's easy to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna step outside the box a little more though.
Yeah. And can you talk about him and how he discovered you, and things like that?
I actually, before he signed his last artist, I actually seen that like he made music. This one dude named Jerry, well my friend, he had told me about him. He was like, oh, he looking for female artists. So I had inbox Solo the one day. This probably was like almost a year and a half ago. And then he was like, yeah, I be paying attention to your music. I'm gonna hit you back. All of this. He ain't really hit me back.
Yeah.
But then he did end up hitting me up through somebody else. And she ended up telling me, like, yeah, Solo said he been watching, da-da-da. He want to get in contact with you when he come to Buffalo and stuff like that. Then he ended up hitting me. We met at the studio, and then we just, ever since then, we just took it from there.
Yeah. You're definitely not just any artist for them. You're their first female rapper. So how does that feel?
I don't know. I honestly, like, I don't know. Like, I'm, like, laid back. So it's like, I don't really be too excited about certain stuff, but it is exciting. I'm not going to lie. But, like, I don't know. I be feeling like the whole gender, all that, like, it don't really be mattering. I just feel like it's my time. I just got to show people what I'm going to do with this opportunity.
And how do you feel that, because you are a role model, so how do you feel about being a role model for the 716 kids?
I don't know. I don't really consider myself a role model. Like, I feel like anybody could look up to anybody. Like, I guess you can call it a role model, but I wouldn't consider myself on, like, because I ain't perfect. Like, I don't try to act perfect, none of that. I make mistakes. But if anything, like, I would just try to tell, like, the kids, like, right from wrong, like, stuff like that. But I ain't perfect, so I wouldn't consider myself a role model. I make one mistake and got the wrong kid trying to follow what I do or, like, anything. So I just say, like, I'm me for real. I don't really look at it like a role model.
Is there any advice you want to drop to up-and-coming artists in the 716?
Yeah, just stay consistent. Keep pushing for real. Like, don't give up. Even when you lose that motivation, when you going through stuff, like, all types of stuff, just, like, keep pushing. Because, like, you never know who watching you for real or who waiting or, like, anything. So I feel like the best advice I can give is, like, not to give up for real.
What about for somebody that's looking to be signed? Can you go into everything with that signing day? Is it like a lot of contracts? Like, would you give them advice, like as far as do they need lawyers, things like that, for somebody that's looking to sign?
When we did pull up, it was already like lawyers and stuff there, so like everything was like real professional. But I feel like just to like really go over your contract and get like a real understanding of what's gonna be going on, like is really like the main part is like really the reading. I feel like that's why other people come to make sure you don't miss nothing. Like, so I feel like as long as you can make sure you really go through your contract and you know what you're really signing up for, I feel like that's the most important part. And know who you're signing to, because you don't want to just sign with anybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I know you on 716 Live, but do you see yourself bigger, the Breakfast Club, things like that? I'm talking
Of course.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, fact. Yeah, I'm trying to go on Flex Funk, all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Is
do
that
everything.
is that where you like freestyle rap? I'm not sure. Is that
Yeah,
where you
everybody
freestyle?
don't always freestyle on there. Like, it been a few artists to where, like, they done rap stuff that I already heard on the song before, but, like, just to still have that experience and, like, sit in a room where so many other people that I look up to, like, done sat in before, like, that'd be a good experience.
So what can we expect from you in the next few months?
More visuals, more music videos, more interviews, of course, and a lot of like just networking and traveling for now.
You
Like
ready
I
for
ain't
that?
really work. Yeah, I'm ready. I ain't really working on like no projects like mixtapes or none yet. So really just videos, traveling, interviews, stuff like that.
Yeah. And how many mixtapes have you dropped already?
That people know about, like 2. I got old stuff that I dropped that was like mixtapes from like when I had a different rap artist name that people
Yeah.
don't know about. But like what I'm pushing right now, my brand, really like 1 or 2, or like a mixtape and an EP. I put the EP on like a different website, but
Yeah.
it's not like on YouTube or none.
Do you want to speak about your clothing line? I know you mentioned a clothing line earlier. Do you want to speak about that, or is that kind of in secret for the people?
No, it's not really much of a secret because I did post it on like social media before, but I don't want to keep talking about stuff for it not to happen. So I'd rather just put it in the works and they just see it once, like everything together.
Like, what kind of pieces are they, or you can't? Really
It's
tell
gonna be
that
like
yet?
sweats. It's gonna be like hats, shirts, shorts, just everything for real,
Buffalo
for real.
weather.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Out of Buffalo, probably if I ain't make it all the way to where I want to be, still at that status to where I'm working with big people. I'm around big people. Probably got a few big features. Just doing more than I'm doing now, basically. And out of Buffalo doing it. And the people around me doing their little thing too. So it's like all of us just doing our thing for real, for real.
Yeah.
Everybody around me.
I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. Is there a 716 local artist that you would like to do a feature with?
I feel like I ain't gonna say no because I haven't really heard every artist, but it's like I'm not big on features, so the people that I do have features with, I feel like that's what I'm satisfied with. Like I got a feature with Des Honcho, I got a feature with Zave, I got a feature with J-Day, got a feature with Hitta Hondo, I don't know if you heard of him, got a feature with Whoosh. Got a feature with my upcoming friend Moolah Mills. Like basically everybody I do features with be like people around me. I'm not like big on features and stuff. Like I don't even like a lot of people in the studio with me when I'm making music. So it's like I'm not real big on features, but I also if it came down to it, I wouldn't mind working with other 716 artists.
Yeah, you definitely gonna make it real fire. You so humble. Like a lot of rappers is not
Thank you.
humble. Like that goes a long way. So,
Right.
my next question is, if you could pick one artist that's not local, what artist would it be? One big artist to do a feature with.
Meek Mill.
Meek Mill. Why
He's
Meek
my
Mill?
favorite rapper.
Your favorite rapper?
Yeah.
Why is it because he overcame his struggle too?
Yeah, and just like watching like his whole like from the very beginning, like his whole process, like I fuck with it.
From the
Like,
braids to now.
yeah, for real. From the braids to now.
Yeah.
We're going back to the braids again. But yeah, like his whole journey, the stuff he rap about, like his struggle, the way he put his words together, like I fuck with it.
Yeah, I know he kind of into acting. Do you plan on getting into acting anytime soon, or?
I wanna do a little bit of everything, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I will actually get into acting. I've been saying that lately anyway, that I wanna like get into acting. I'm like the quiet type and I'm like shy in a way. I ain't too shy.
Yeah.
It depends on who I'm around, but like I feel like it'll probably take me a little minute to get into it, to really like open up, to be like, yo, I'm about to really act out this in front of them. But like, I would act.
To an artist that's struggling and maybe can't afford studio time or things like that, is there any advice you can give them? I know a lot of people that put the time in and edit their own videos and things like that. So is this something that you can want to say to that or give advice to that? Somebody that's
I just feel like if you an artist, shouldn't like nothing really stop you for real. Because when I first started, I was like making freestyle videos in my room, just like rapping on the phone. So like that's how like a lot of people got to know me. It wasn't because I was dropping videos. Like it took me years to drop videos before I like really started taking it serious. It's still like a lot of people knew me before I was dropping videos, before I was dropping audios. I just play the instrumental in the background, prop up the phone and just rap to the camera, post it. It ain't instantly start off with mad people sharing it, but like the more consistent I was and like the more I did it, the more like people got in tune and the more I just stayed true to myself and who I am, which made me like stand out from like, the rest of the people in the city. It made people like tune in with me. So I feel like whatever you're gonna do, just try to make a way. Like even if you ain't got the money right now, like don't stress about that. Like all that's gonna come when it's time. So
Yeah.
I just feel like even if you gotta start off small and slowly work your way up, I just feel like do what you gotta do. Just keep going, because eventually the more you do it, the more consistent you get, they ain't gonna have no choice but to fuck with you. So it's like
So where can new fans follow you?
on all platforms at Moody 716. On Instagram is MOODY 71SIX. YouTube is MOODY 716, and it's everywhere else like that too.
Right. And do you have what about your music platforms? Are they streaming? I know they're streaming. Can you tell us where?
It's on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, just basically on all platforms for real. If you just look up Moody 716
Yep.
and you type in one of my songs or something like that, it'll pop up anywhere.
And is there anything that you would like to say to the people that I haven't touched on tonight? Anything?
No, just shout out to the gang. Shout out Des Honcho, he couldn't make it. Shout out Solo, SG. Yeah, that's it.
All right. That's a wrap for
And thank y'all for having me too. I appreciate y'all.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Thank you for saying that. What's So now that we said that, can you tell us what's the hottest media company in the 716?
716 Live.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight with 716 Live, where you get the most exclusive interviews from the hottest local rappers. I'm Rhondaja Denine, and that's a wrap.